Zach Sang and the gang right now hanging out in the studio. The one, the only, the absolutely beautiful. Look at you. You look great.
Thank you.
Selena Gomez.
Hello. That was so sweet.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, can't complain. Good stuff happening.
Dude, by good stuff, you mean a ton of stuff happening and really incredible stuff. I mean, the new face of Pantene. You have 4 movies coming out this next year. Good for You is killing it. What is life? Describe it for me in one sentence.
In one sentence?
Try it.
I think maybe in one word is
Okay.
or two. I would say beautifully chaotic, because there's so much happening, and I don't know. I don't really. The problem is, I guess I don't have time to sit there and just actually, enjoy that as much.
Yeah.
Because I'm always wanting to do the next thing.
Of course.
So that's something I should work on. But I have a new album that I'm eager for everybody to hear. So I'm just kind of getting people started. Good for You is just the beginning, and I'm excited. I'm just eager, I guess.
Here's the deal. I've come to know you, and especially your music. You know, like we were talking before, we do go back. I've been interviewing almost every single since Naturally.
Yeah?
Your music has evolved over the years, and I truly feel like this is such a new you that it's crazy.
Thank you.
I mean, do you feel that way when you're in the studio creating?
I think this time I just had a bunch of people look at me and say, so what do you want to do? And I hadn't actually recorded new music in 2 years. So it was my opportunity to actually get to know other people and create other relationships with producers. I had more opportunity, I guess, because I've worked so hard and have done this for so long. I've earned the respect of certain people that I want to work with.
Of course.
And then I met new people on this album that it's just telling my version of the story. How am I going to separate myself from others? What is my strength as an artist? What is my strength in my voice? I'm not the best singer in the world, but I do think I have emotion and I have tone, which are so crucial to what music is. If you think about all of your favorite artists, even like Bob Dylan, his voice is so good, but it's not like he's Whitney Houston and just killing it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You
It's
connect
emotion
to
and
his words
story.
because of his story.
Of
and
course.
clearly people are interested in my story, and I have a duty to tell that story, and it's going to be exciting because it's just my time to kind of enjoy the place I'm in.
So let's talk the album, not mechanics, but the actual stories behind the songs. How much of you is in this album as opposed to albums in the past?
It's not so much that in the past it isn't me. It's just I didn't know how or what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Plus, I have to admit, people have not given me the opportunity to really say what I feel, because they're already just running their mouths anyway. So it's almost like I almost didn't know what I wanted to say. I was almost scared to really be myself. The Heart Wants What It Wants was genuinely the first time that I was able to just put everything away and just go for it. This is what I feel. This is exactly what I'm going to say. And that just it gave me the confidence to want to drive that into the new album.
I think that comes across too in the new songs.
Yeah, hopefully. I think that's the idea. It was from The Heart Wants What It Wants to Good for You. That's exciting. I think people are going to want to know what the next part is.
Exactly. There is a story being told through your music, and when you're writing these songs and you're collaborating with people, like you said, The Heart Wants What It Wants. It was scary for you to release. Has there ever been a scenario where you've lived something, you think that it's great for a song, but you've second guessed it when you got into that studio and you were maybe afraid to put pen to paper on something?
Not necessarily. I think I'm in such an amazing place.
Yeah.
So even when I'm touching on those vulnerable subjects,
Of course.
it's in a powerful way.
Yeah.
I've gained some power in my life that I'm super genuinely stoked about. And I want people to hear that. I think people see it and how I am, you know, and that's exciting. Growing up, guys.
What makes up your happy place, your amazing place in your life? What is that all made up of? What contributes to your amazing time?
It's just consistent, authentic people.
Okay.
If you look at everything you're doing, whether it's your work, your personal life, you are around people.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, and a part of what is the most difficult thing to live with in anybody, whoever you are, is finding genuine people, is finding people that you relate to. And once I've surrounded myself with people that I know have the same idea as me, which is basically being good to people and knowing that this isn't, we're not saving lives here. We're making music. We're going to tell a story.
Exactly.
And it just shows, and that makes you feel better,
I mean, obviously, genuine, amazing people. You go through life and you make some mistakes, and you have had such an incredible journey. And do you look back at it at all and realize what things you could have done differently?
No, I don't think I would have done anything differently.
Okay.
I like that I have a few things that I've gone through. It makes me human. It makes me a person.
For sure.
I love that I am a role model to younger kids, but there is no such thing as perfect.
Of course.
And if anything, it allows me to connect with those people who have been in situations that I can relate to. So I can say, hey, totally get it. I actually get it. But I'm going to get up every morning and just shake off whatever it is I'm feeling and just go for it and continue my life. And I hope you can do the same. That's all I can do.
I mean, such an incredible attitude, really. Because let's be real. You post something on Instagram, it makes every headline. You do something wrong on the street.
So weird.
That's what got me weirded out. When I was, giving a Google and checking out some stuff, like, the thing is, somebody posted an Instagram with you and Cody Simpson. One Instagram of somebody eating ice cream and people looking like they're having fun turns into they're dating.
Right.
What the fuck is that? How is that life? That's not life.
Yeah, I guess, the power of social media is good and bad. You got to understand how to use it as your strengths. But I don't filter my life.
Yeah.
I've known Cody for years. I have a lot of guy friends. And that's just kind of, you gotta ignore it. Eventually you'll see it, obviously. We're not together.
What? Okay, so getting used to that. Do you ever get used to it at all?
I kind of go in waves. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, it's a part of it, I'm fine. And then some days I just wake up with serious anxiety. It's like, okay, it's overwhelming. Today I just don't want to be that. I don't want to be any of that, and I don't want to know anything going on.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends. Everybody has up and downs.
If you could change anything in this world of fame, what would you change? Even when it comes to society.
Oh, gosh. Now you're like, and the world. Yeah. How would you save the world?
Everyone.
It would just, I would say, that's so hard. I would want people to understand that people are going through something. You can be a public figure.
Yeah.
But with child stars or kids, they have such a target on them when people have kids. The people who are writing these stories have kids that have to go to a school where they're being bullied and they're having to deal with social media. And do they have enough followers? And they need to do this and be worried about that. What's crazy is that.
Yeah.
There's not, I can do so many cool, great things in the world. And I think people would just kind of look at that and be like, and what'd you do though last night? What is this? What are you going to do over here? It's just like
so wrong.
It is, but it's okay because it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think people who genuinely follow me and know my story, or even just click one interview of me, will know and have things in perspective. I'm very honest. I'm not really filtering anything anymore, especially. I am being truthful to who I am, and I think everything else will just kind of go away because I can prove them wrong. I don't really want to let them get to me anyhow.
A genuine, and that's what you are. I found, and even when we do the radio show, being genuine and being real, hopefully, maybe it will take some time, it conquers all. Do you know what I mean? Sure. Being real to who you are and being just a genuine individual, really, hopefully, eventually will change the way those types of people look at you, maybe?
Maybe. It's just so hard. There's so many people in the world who don't realize how awesome they are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If everyone's different, but when you're constantly following trends or what people are doing, you lose sight of who you are and you think that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
So there's just like torturous battle when you're looking at these images of not real life, mind you. I mean, most of these images and most of these goals that these girls hashtag goals.
Hashtag squad goals.
Yeah, it's not. What is it? What are the people? If you strip it down, like what is that you're seeing? It's just a picture. It's just an image. It's a moment in time, and it's crazy. I want people to realize how awesome they are. Everybody kind of has it in them. It's just crazy.
That's so accurate and true. Awesome does live in everybody, and I was
of course.
That is such an important thing to put out there.
But everybody's just running away from feelings. It's it's weird to feel that way, and I must be just different, and that's not good. Everybody just constantly running away from feelings. I think so in music sometimes, and that's why I love and respect Taylor's music. It's always very honest, very truthful. That's why I say some of your favorite artists you don't even realize. It's like you fall in love with their story, their heart. And that's what it is. It's like everybody has a heart. Everybody is going through something. It's crazy. It's baffling, but,
Let's get into the new album. I feel like Good For You, incredible single.
Thank you.
Different Selena a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's saying sexier single. Do you feel that way? Sexier side of you is shown in Good For You?
Sure. Yeah, it is a sexy song. I think so.
Yeah.
And even the video, how I brought it to life, it's romantic. It's got moments that are very like sensual, but it's what I think makes a woman beautiful. I love when you're in the shower and you're thinking of something, or when you're, waking up in the morning and you have your robe on, and obviously it's a glamorized version. those are genuine moments that I think women look beautiful in, and it's not a bad thing. It's almost like that's incredible to embrace that. That's where I am in my life.
And you're embracing that.
Yeah.
Wow. And seriously, like, I've gotten to know you through interviews for a long time, and it's you were always incredible, don't get me wrong.
Thanks.
But there's such a different freeness, aura, vibe around you that just makes me happy.
Good.
It's great.
As long as I can make you happy.
That's it. But I think your happiness affects everybody. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? It's just sometimes you have to just say, like, why would you want to make the situation miserable? I go to photo shoots, and I actually working with Pantene. They were so sweet, and they're just like, you're so nice. And they said that to me as if that was shocking. And I looked at them, I'm like, why would I want to make this miserable for you and me? Like, we're taking pretty pictures. I'm flinging my hair around. Like, you have a choice.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to be happy, be happy. And that's so hard to do sometimes, but it's something that I just have come to terms with more than ever lately in my life, and I think people just see that.
And you, obviously, you're in it. You see people around you, your peers, going to photo shoots and being very unhappy and making it miserable for everybody.
I'm not going to say that. I have never experienced anything like that, honestly, in my career. I will say I have not experienced anything like that. I mean, plus, you are who you surround yourself with. My friends are really nice.
Is it hard to make friends in this industry? Like genuine, real friends?
I don't know, because there becomes like this weird responsibility where it's like, hey, you're famous and I'm famous, and it's like we know each other, so we're fine. We don't have to like get to that place. There's sometimes that, but it's not a bad thing. I feel like I know Amy Schumer. Like I feel like I know her. So when I see her, I just want to be able to be like, all right, so what's going on with your dating life? Like, I have no right to be able to do that, but it's just, there's this weird thing that happens when you're a quote-unquote celebrity where it's like an understanding.
Of course.
Yes, I have found genuine people who will be at my wedding, and in that world, but I also have a lot of people. My 2 roommates are not in the industry. One works for a nonprofit and one's a realtor, so it's like, I have a good balance of both.
Important to surround yourself with people who aren't in the industry too, obviously.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that just kind of, it wasn't intentional. That just happened. I like having that balance for myself personally, but everybody's different.
And Amy Schumer and I see a potential
best
best
friend.
You
guys have been tweeting.
I know. It's going to, hopefully the relationship will go to another place. I want to be on her show. I'm trying to slip her my resume.
Her show is so good.
I saw Trainwreck. It's unbelievable. It's so funny. I loved it.
The reviews are incredible, and she is hotter than ever right now.
I know. I'm so happy.
Now, okay, so Amy Schumer, a great potential friend for Selena Gomez. What is the first step to making this happen? Is it a tweet to her like you did?
She knows I like her.
Okay,
so
that's great.
Creepy status out of I know who she is, and I'm, just sending her tweets. I'm sure we'll meet. I want that. I'm sure she's very nice. We're gonna meet. We're gonna hang out.
There's a friendship there. I see it.
I think so.
She's real. She's honest.
I'm like, be my friend.
No thirstiness here.
I'm sorry. The thirst is real with Amy Schumer.
It's okay. I get it though. Album? Well, you go.
I go?
You can speak, yeah.
All right, cool. I'll speak now. Amy Schumer has been doing like a lot of like great stuff for women, and I know that Taylor Swift has been doing a lot of great stuff for women. Do you think it's important to surround yourself as a strong woman with other strong women in the industry rather than compete with them?
Completely. Yeah. I mean, I've always learned from Taylor. I still do. I always play her my stuff, and I appreciate and respect her advice. But in general, women, I remember I had this surreal moment at the Met Ball where I'm seeing some of the most incredible, respected women in the same room. And something just gave me this like powerful feeling, just being around them, not even just being associated or anything, just actually being there. It's motivating, it's inspiring. I always support other females. Like anytime I'm ever in a situation, I'm fans, I'm a fan of people. I'm clearly like gushing over Amy. I think it's important to have that respect for sure.
Do you ever get used to being at the Met Gala and seeing those types of people around you and having them show you the respect that you show them back, Yeah,
it's so cool, but it's also like just a bunch of people. They're all really cool. I get very nervous sometimes when I am around certain people, but it's only because I've watched them and stared at them way before they're like, I'm sorry, who are you? I'm like, I know, but I know you forever. So I don't know. I guess there is some sort of weirdness, but it's fun. Everybody was really nice.
Cool.
I've only been twice, so.
Okay. I want to talk album a little bit more. Collaborations on this album, are any of them coming?
The main focus at the moment has just been figuring out how I'm going to match everything up.
Okay.
Once I figure that out, I 100% will think about collaborations. I just can't right now because I have to figure out what's going to make it before I do.
Got it. Was it different working with ASAP on this? Because again, like you've never been one to really collaborate with a lot of people, like ever.
I really, there's been like maybe two and there haven't even been like
never a big single like this
necessarily. And it is crazy. I'm a fan of his. I had his new album. I'm obsessed. So I kind of did the whole like. Got his number, sent him a text. He's like, who is this? I'm like, and we sent him the song. I was just like, hey, you could totally, whatever. I don't care. Like, I just wanted to know what you think and would love to have you on it.
Do you ever think about him possibly saying no? Like, are you scared of that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, but I'm used to that, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Of course. Not because it's a mean thing. It just may not be right.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have wanted that back when I was doing the other music.
Yeah.
I tried, but it wasn't the right time. It's almost like you're still in that world or you're still here. I don't know. It's not that I didn't earn it. I existed in a different world.
Yeah.
And I sent it to ASAP. So I wasn't going to be hurt. I think I can handle it now. But he responded so well, and within 48 hours he recorded his verse. He thought it was so fresh and so different.
That's great.
It was incredible to get his, he sent me the coolest message thanking me. He's like, I'm appreciative that you didn't send me just some pop record. It's not just a typical pop record. It's really got character. It's deep, and it's just really nice of him. That made me feel good. It was cool.
Yeah.
It has to. I mean, seeing that respect from an artist that you don't really know coming back on a song, I mean, that's insane. And to have him put his stamp on it, that's incredible.
Yeah.
If somebody asked you to collaborate, would you ever be up for it?
Sure, it depends. Yeah.
To add you on a track or something?
Yeah, I mean, that's how it happened with Zedd. We met and he's like, hey, come to the studio, hang out. And we literally hung out for like 5 days, and he had this song, and I'm like, let me try it. We did a couple of other stuff too, but yeah.
Well, I find it so fascinating how all of that comes together and artistically how it works. So like when you're working with Zedd in the studio, who handles what? Like, what is the feedback like? What is the creative energy like? I mean, it has to be pretty insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody works completely differently, even producers, even writers. So everything is different, but Anton is very specific. Anton Zedd, his name is Anton. He wanted to record all of my vocals himself. So that's what he does for his songs.
Okay.
He records his vocals himself. That's fine. I work with other vocal producers that I'm used to.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, you got to know my voice. You have to get to know my voice. Let's see what we can do. And then I was starving. I was so hungry, and I ordered food, and I'm in the booth recording. I'm like, hey, is the food here? He's like, not yet. It's almost here. I did a couple of takes. I'm like, I'm really hungry. Is the food here? He's like, it's almost, you're doing so good. It's amazing. Let's play her back that one. And I get out of the studio and my food had been there for 45 minutes. But he loved the desperation in my voice so much that he kept me in the booth. I was like, are you kidding me? I ate my burrito after, but I was very upset.
It was all for the desperation.
Yeah. So people
funny.
work differently. And I think it's good for me to be tested and to like, push the boundaries a little.
And creatively, is this new to be a collaborative person when it comes into or have you always been a collaborative person when it comes to working on music?
I think I just didn't know how to.
Okay.
I think I just didn't know if my ideas were good enough or if I had enough confidence and understanding of myself to know what I would want to bring to the table.
Exactly.
So I would go in and I'd say, this is what I feel, this is what I want. I want my fans to understand this. I feel like this would be great for me. And then people are just kind of winging it. And this time around, I down to the words, I'm like, I would never say that.
Yeah.
I don't like the way this sounds because now I know.
Of course.
Maybe it wasn't bad back then, but it just, now I have an idea. I have more of an identity to say that's not what I want.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, but it takes years to come to that, doesn't it?
But some people have it, you know, just it's crazy. There are people who are younger than me or older than me that have been doing it for years who just have that. I had an instinct. Clearly, I was supposed to be doing what I was doing.
Course.
I guess I didn't know how to tap into it, but everybody's story is different.
But please, I mean, the songs that you have created and the singles they're my favorite.
Oh, thank
you. Dude, I listened to one of our old interviews, and Naturally was my favorite song ever.
It's really fun.
Do you think about that time in your life, like pushing your first single, doing the grind, hitting radio stations,
of course.
shooting Wizards at the same time?
Oh, I remember it all like it was yesterday.
Different.
Yes, it was a different life, but it felt like it was just yesterday.
Do you miss it at all?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I love where I am now.
Yeah.
There's no way I could ever go back or anything like that.
Of course.
This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. It's exciting. But that was such a great time in my life. It makes me happy when I reflect on it.
Yeah.
Good.
Different. Selena Gomez, killing life right now, doing a ton of stuff. Obviously, life comes with not just industry stuff, it comes with personal stuff. Like, what's your deal? You seeing anybody right now? I always ask this, and I always try to slip my number in there at some point.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I think it would ruin our friendship.
I know.
No. This has been the most exciting year I've ever had in my career. Like I said, I think whatever it is that I am portraying and I feel, I guess it's the aura.
Yeah, the aura,
the energy.
Vibes.
I just feel really good. And if something happens, then something happens, but that's not my focus. And it's exciting to just be able to figure out what my passion is and really, really make that my world and everything that it is,
What is your passion at the end of the day?
I love having a voice. I love figuring out how I'm going to use that, whether it's a character for a movie or how I can help my friends better in their life or what I could do for my sister, what I could do for my fans. I wake up every morning with a purpose, and that's the exciting feeling you get.
That's incredible, number one. And number two, you use your voice for some really incredible stuff. I mean, UNICEF, your work with UNICEF for years now. I mean, insane.
It's different. There's so many opportunities, and there's so much that I would like to even be educated about.
Yeah.
So I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. I need to be doing some Angelina Jolie stuff. It's crazy. That is something that's important to me, though. It keeps me completely sane to know that there are things that are going on in the world. When I wake up and I'm devastated that a tabloid is saying something about me, I'm like, do you understand what's happening to other people who don't even know what that would mean to me? Like, people who are grateful to wake up and have a roof over their head, there are way more important things happening, and it's
priorities are misunderstood and a little crooked, I think.
Sometimes, but to each their own. It's crazy, and I like to do whatever I can. I personally probably don't think I do enough, but there's always room for me to learn and
is that pressure for you, like thinking that you're not doing enough? Do you like, for example, like do you see somebody else doing something and you're like, I should have done that, or I could have done that better?
No, not work-wise.
Life-wise?
Not even life-wise. I just know that sometimes I put pressure on myself, sure.
Of course.
I'm like, okay, this is the 8th day that I've gotten into hair and makeup for 2.5 hours, and people dress me, and I'm like, this is okay. Where is the human person in this? Let me just figure that out really, really quick. It's those moments where I get too much about whatever it is, and I need to like remind myself that the world is huge and I'm literally this big.
There's so much other shit going on right now that's bigger than all of us.
Sure, yeah. So but that's a lot of pressure too. I don't know. I'm a thinker. I think too much. That's why I don't sleep very well at night. I'm like thinking about the world.
Wait, this is my problem.
Yeah.
This has been my problem for like the last few months.
Yeah.
Like I stay up at night. I think about the world. I put pressure on myself to do more. Like there's a few things like that I get where you're coming from. Dude.
I think everybody does that. Don't you do that? Mm-hmm. I mean, even if it's just about your world, it's like...
Well, what was the last thing that pressured you? That kept you up at night?
I think it was just... This album has been really exciting, but there's been so much. Like, I'll wake up and I'll think, oh, maybe this is what I should have done with that. Or maybe the title of the album should be this. Or how am I going to tell... Like, it's just so crazy that has become my world.
Yeah.
That I have to kind of get out of that. So right now it's really work-based. I kind of sit there and I'm like, I have so much going on. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with all of it. How am I going to... I need to work out. I got to take care of myself. I'm not really eating that well. Oh my gosh, I should eat well. I think I'm gaining a little weight, but maybe not. I don't know. Like there's just so much happening.
Yeah. Every day.
Only at night. During the day, I just daydream. I'm
during
like,
the day.
Lovely day, so happy. And then at night, I'm like, how am I going to solve every problem in my mind?
It literally all hits you.
Yeah, at once.
Are you really second guessing your album? Those decisions?
I'm not second guessing the album whatsoever. It's about how the order's supposed to go. It's about all the minor details because I want from the second they put the headphones on or listen to it in the car, put the CD in, whatever people do. It's got to start with something and end with an incredible. I just want people to put the headphones down and go, I did not expect that. So,
is there pressure on you to deliver a badass album because this is I don't want to say a new Selena, but kind of a little bit a new Selena, new record label, new you.
Yes.
It's different.
It is. I'm nervous. I don't know if there's pressure because honestly, at the end of the day, everybody's gonna have an opinion.
Of course.
I don't know. I just want people to hear it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you're killing life consistently.
I try.
I mean, seriously, you should be proud. Really, really. It's an incredible thing, and doing it on your own and kicking ass and taking names. You're a boss bitch, my friend. And
why, thank you.
The love is real, and we want to play some Mario Kart with you.
Yes.
Like, are you down to play some Wii?
Yes, please remind me how to play this.
We'll go over rules. Before we go, does anybody, questions? Dan, Jill, anything you want to know?
Yeah, do you and Rocky plan on performing the new song anytime soon together?
That's something that I would love, but have no idea if that's good. There's a lot that's gearing up schedule-wise. It gives me anxiety to even look at my calendar right now. But there's performances and things opportunities that haven't been set that could open
Of
doors.
course.
How about a surprise performance at a Taylor concert? You see everybody else popping up. When are you going to show up at one?
I don't know. I definitely won't be saying when, but hopefully that will happen.
So you're saying it may happen?
It may happen.
Now,
yeah.
do you wait for
girl.
that? Does she invite you, or do you ask to be invited? How does that work?
It depends. Like when she asked me to do Who Says on the last tour. I think that's when she started getting the ideas of doing all that. And I was in New York, and she's just like, hey, she loves Who Says. Like, for sure. We just did it. I think I had like I was like, I put my H&M dress on. I was like, let's do it. And I just like run on stage. And so it's organic. I mean, she's like family.
She's created, one, she seems like the most incredible, genuine, real person. It's insane. Also, she's created such a community around her.
Right.
You know, with fans and with, fellow ladies who are strong, independent, and fellow artists. You know, it's. Do you look at that and do you say, hey, I want to do more of that? Or, hey, I want to be involved a little bit more at all?
Well, I think in general, I think she's inspiring people, but not even just like celebrities. It's just girls.
Yeah.
There's such a lack of that in every aspect.
Of course.
It's your job, it's at school. It's such a competitiveness between girls that's so vicious and so gross. And because she is one of the most powerful female artists, I think it's only her just being like, hey, everybody just, you could be with me. Like, come on this journey with me. And that's all her message is. And that's what she wants other people to feel. And that's just kind of like how she is. That's what reflects that is her heart, you know?
Such an incredible way to navigate this industry, because pettiness and stupid shit, you know, girls hating girls and the competitive nature, that can really hurt the industry, kind of.
Maybe. I mean, it's been there forever. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, but I don't know if it's damaging.
Do you hate it?
Maybe some of the best records were created based on that.
Wow.
It's just, it is very vicious. You just got to know where you stand, I think.
Have you ever felt competitive against anybody?
No. I think I didn't even know what it was that I would be competing against, because
Really?
Yeah, because like I said, what would I be trying to say is mine?
Yeah.
You know, like there's nothing. I'm not gonna look at an artist and go, "That's mine. I want that." There's no way. Especially when I was just starting. I covered like a Katy Perry song, a Taylor song. I think I covered Rihanna. I've covered all of the top female artists my whole career. That's not like, I respect them and what they do. I think more than ever I have my own lane, and that's exciting to separate myself. So,
awesome.
You know, it's exciting to figure out what that is. But
speaking of which, we had Hilary Duff in here earlier in the week.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I love
She
her.
was talking about, we talked to her about how when she was on Disney Channel and how she thinks that she kind of paved the way for what it was in the olden times to be like the Disney Channel actress and singer and star. Do you think that she kind of like gave way to a certain path that you followed?
Oh, sure. I wanted to be Hilary Duff. Yeah. I had Hilary Duff and Britney Spears. They were my world when I was, I think I'm maybe like 10. I was obsessed. I absolutely think she did that. So did Raven Simone. I think they both were very two strong female characters, and they're in a way iconic. So I completely agree. I mean, especially the Lizzie McGuire movie, you guys. I mean,
the movie.
legit.
I mean,
That's kind of like that's Disney's peak.
yes.
It's like dreams are made of.
Yes, thank you. I was literally like, that's what I'm saying. It's genius.
It's art.
The love
so
between
art.
Lizzie and Pablo, seriously, I mean, it made me realize what love was.
I mean,
was
I
beautiful.
don't even know. I thought it was Gordo.
Gordo at the end,
Gordo.
but like Pablo didn't they have a thing for each other and she wanted to perform with him?
Do you not know the whole Lizzie McGuire?
Honestly, this is really disappointing, and you shouldn't do the movie.
Did you not
justice
follow
like
the
this.
whole Lizzie McGuire character arc?
Sorry, I'll shut up. Everybody's attacking me.
Boys.
My bad. 4 movies out this year. New Face of Pantene album. Do we have a date yet?
Don't have a date. Not even just because I'm trying to be secretive. We literally don't have a date.
Dude, hey, it'll be here soon.
Yeah.
And 4 movies. Good for you, killing it.
Oof.
Are you like thinking about another single to follow up?
Yeah. Yes, that's part of the losing sleep part.
That's how many songs are you deciding between right now?
Over 20.
What?
No, I think we've narrowed it down at this point. But
Okay.
That's where it was, yeah.
Whose ears do you want on that song before it hits radio? Who do you trust?
It's different because in all of it, I don't play everybody everything.
Okay.
So when I play, I'll play 4 of my favorite songs, the top 4 favorite songs for Taylor,
Okay.
and then I'll see which one she likes out of that one, or I'll just kind of play it for all of my friends who know nothing about music, and I'll say, here's these 5 songs, like, what do you think? I do that for sure.
Yeah.
Or 13-year-old, like some of the people I work with, their kids, I'll play music for them. I want their honest opinion. I kind of just go for it. And, at the end of the day, it's my decision.
Of course.
That's the crazy thing. It's like literally my decision only is mine.
Good for you was an incredible choice. Smart move, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The love is real. Let's play some Mario Kart.
Let's do it.
Let's kill it.
Excited.
I was like, if someone calls me Lizzie one more time, like I'm gonna backhand them. That's what it is.
I mean, I think you missed a step. Do you want me to go back and show you?